welcome to Cooking with Stephie. I'm here today to teach you how to make an old-fashioned yellow cake. Old-fashioned yellow cake is a cake that everyone loves. It's nice and buttery and it's fluffy because it has so many eggs inside of it. To begin, I'm going to let you know there are 3 ways that you can mix this cake up. You can either use the old-fashioned spoon and bowl, you can use a hand mixer, or you can use my handy old dandy KitchenAid, and today we're going to use the KitchenAid. So let me put these things to a side. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks. I have 1 stick already inside, and I'm going to add the second one. And then 2 cups of sugar. And what we're about to do is we're going to cream the sugar and the butter together until it's fluffy. This bowl right here is where all my trash will go in. Pull this up. And we're going to start on 1. If you look inside, you'll see it's breaking down. And the butter that we use is already softened. If you can just sit your butter out maybe 10 minutes before you're using it, it'll work best. Now I'm going to move it to 2. And then 3. Till all the butter and sugar is incorporated. After we have it all incorporated, I'm going to let it down, and we're going to go to our next ingredients. Our next ingredients that we add are eggs. So I have some of the eggs already separated here, and I wanted to show you how I did that. The first thing in our ingredients, we need 2 whole eggs, but then we need 4 egg yolks. And so in order to do the egg yolks only, I take my little tool. Got this tool, it's a really cool tool. And I lay it on the bowl. I crack the egg, and I just lay the entire egg onto the tool, and I shake it just a little, and all of my white goes in one, and then my yellow can go into the other. Now, I don't throw this away. I use this, and you'll see later on in another episode what we use this for, something really yummy. So I'm going to take my 4 egg yolks and my 2 whole eggs, and I'm going to add them in. And I'm going to, let me scrape some of this out. Make sure I get all of it because it makes it really yummy and fluffy. And I'm going to add that in to my butter mixture and mix on 1 until all of the egg has been blended. The texture will start getting even more fluffier. I'm going to move it to 2. And as this is blending, I'm going to add a whole cup of sour cream. Help me, got a little bit on the mixer. Help me already know what a cup is because this is 1 whole cup, the size of it, so it's easy for measurements. And if you can see how the mixture is, get that off. It's nice and lightly yellowed. And so the next thing I'm going to add, really simple, this is baking powder and salt. I'm going to mix that in really good. And after it has mixed on 1, I'm going to alternate adding 3 cups of flour and 1 cup of milk. So I'll just lightly dust in some flour, and I'll alternate. As the flour has been incorporated, I'll add a little bit of milk. And as I see it becoming a little more liquidy, I will add some more flour. And just keep doing that process until all of our flour and milk has been added in. And the flour that I use is all-purpose flour. And I just sift it through a little bit so it can be a little bit lighter. It helps the cake be a little bit more fluffy. Can't beat it when it's fluffy. It's really good. Last little bit of milk. And then the last thing that it tells me I need to add in there is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now I use clear vanilla because I don't want to change the color. I want it to be nice and yellow and golden. 2 at this point. You don't want to overmix it. Put it on 3. And then I go 1 extra step. I don't know if everybody does this, but you know, it's nothing like an old-fashioned cake unless you put a little hand mix into it. I think that adds a little love to it. So I'm gonna remove the spatula or the paddle. And I'm just gonna give it a couple of stirs by hand to make sure I've gotten all of the sides incorporated so that you can make sure you don't have any loose flour anywhere. You see how smooth that batter is? Nice and smooth. It smells really good. I wish we had scratch and sniff. So over here I have already pre-floured. I sprayed and floured our pans that we're going to use, and we're doing 2 8-inch pans of yellow. And I only fill it maybe 3/4 of the way because you know it's going to rise. You can even do halfway so you won't have too much of a mess. And the oven has been already preheated at 325. So I'm going to set my timer. Let's just shake it so it can be nice and smooth. I'm going to set my timer for 25 minutes. And we'll be back after I put this in the oven so we can see our result. Okay, while we're waiting, we still have about 15 more minutes for the cake to finish baking and cooling. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the sour cream icing. So what I'm putting in is a cup of butter. And again, we're going to blend this butter like we did before. And instead of adding, oh, I got my little dump thing. Instead of adding regular granular sugar, we're going to add powdered sugar and cocoa powder. So first, let us blend our butter. It's already been pre-softened. And then we're going to add powdered sugar. We're going to gradually, because you'll have dust everywhere. So I'm going to just incorporate a little bit at a time. You don't want to have a whole dust storm on you. And so I added about 4 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to let that mix just a little bit. It's kind of going to look like rock gravel until we add a liquid. And then I'm going to add about a cup of cocoa powder. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of just regular water and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And these are going to be our liquids to get it going. And you see it's going to start forming the icing. We're going to make it go a little bit faster to be thick and clunky. So I'm going to show you what it looks like before the sour cream is added. it's kind of thick and clunky, you know? You want it to be a little more smooth and have a little more shine to it. So, because we want that, we add about 1/2 cup of sour cream. And then we start mixing that in. I'll go ahead and scrape some of the sides so everything can be incorporated. And then we're gonna mix it on 2, well, like 3. As you can see, it gets a little lighter and a little smoother. This tastes so good. I'm not a super duper chocolate fan, but I do love chocolate sour cream icing because it's not as sweet. The sour cream, as crazy as it sounds, it smooths out the flavor. Oop, making a mess. It smooths out the flavor and it actually adds a very different taste to it. Nothing bad. It doesn't taste like the sour cream that you would normally think it does. And this is a perfect amount for 2 to 3 layers of cake. And we only have 2. But as you can see, it's not clunky anymore. It's nice and smooth and it can drop and plop. And it's a good icing. Bring that down so you can see a little better. And it's a good icing that you can use on your cake. So this is the icing that we're gonna use once our cake is done. Okay, bye-bye. And now we're at the very end. Our cakes have cooled. The only step that you missed that I did was, I like my cakes level. So I just cut any rounded part, and it wasn't even a lot of rounded, but I just cut any rounded part off so that they're level. And the first thing that I do is I just put a little bit of icing on my board. If you're doing it on a cake, you don't, on a plate, you don't have to do this. But I do it just in case I'm carrying the cake somewhere. This right here will stick and it'll make sure that the cake doesn't move. So I put my cake down and I put some of this yummy sour cream icing that we made. And then I use my spatula and I just spread it nice and evenly all the way around. If it's cooled enough, none of the cake will break off and it'll be nice and even amount. There you go. See how smooth and even that is? Now this person in particular said that they wanted pecans in the center. Let me just add a little extra because we're gonna put some pecans. So for this person, I have some chopped pecans that I'll just sprinkle. I will sprinkle in the middle of the cake. Now, you do not have to do this step. This is something that a person asked for personally. Me personally, I don't put the pecans, but everybody's different. So I put the pecans in the middle, and then I take my other layer, and I take the cut side and put it on top of the pecan side, so that your smoothest side is on the top. And I start icing the sides before I start icing the top. So I will get some of the sides going. After all the icing is done, I actually take the time to decorate the top and the bottom with a piping bag and a star tip. And then I drizzle with a little bit of chocolate syrup and sprinkle some pecans to make it a little bit pretty. That's the end result. And ooh, look what I have. I made a mini version just for you to see how yummy. I wish you could taste it. It's really good. This and other recipes can be found inside my cookbook. This yellow cake recipe is actually on page 8 if you have purchased it. If you have not, you can go to Amazon.com and find it. Fleming Simply Divine Sweets, Food, Family, and Fun has recipes that you can use all 4 seasons long. So delicious. It's going all the way down my palate. Well, this concludes our little episode, and I am so excited that you joined me with this journey. I cannot wait to see you next time. Hope you have a sweet day. See you next time.